Happy and fantastic day, dear children. I welcome you all to the English Corner. Children, today we are going to learn a new topic, new lesson after your term one, that is expert detectives. Part 1 alone we'll learn in this session, right? Right, before you read, you have to know about the outline, who are the characters in the story, right? Nishad, a boy of 7 years. Actually, he is 7 years old. He's also called as 7 because his name means the seventh note on the musical scale. What is his name actually? Nishad. Nishad means seventh note of the musical scale, it seems. And his 10-year-old sister Maya. How many characters we saw? Nishad, also known as 7. In your lesson, wherever Nishad come and wherever 7 comes, both are same person. Nishad and 7 are same person. Maya, his sister, 10-year-old. Nishad is 7 years old. Okay. So, and 10 years old sister Maya are very curious about the person, one named Mr. Nath. Okay. Then one day, the children's marble, you all will play with marble, isn't it? Same way, they are also playing with marble. At that time, children's marble rolls into Mr. Nath's room and Nishad get a chance to see him. Is he a crook or on the run? Why is his face badly scared? Why has he no friends? So all these three questions came into his mind. Whose mind? Nishad's mind. What is it? Is he a crook on the run? Why is his face badly scared? Why has he no friends? Nishad's mother is a doctor, very famous doctor, and Mr. Nath was a patient to her. Mr. Nath was a patient. So Nishad's mother know about Mr. Nath. He was very polite, it seems. Who was very polite? Mr. Nath was very polite. Right? So, shall we start the lesson, dear? This is generally a conversation between Nishad and Maya. Most of the conversations are based on the detective story, right? As Mr. Nath, about Mr. Nath. As we walked backwards towards a clinic, 7 said, he doesn't look anything like a monster, Maya. But did you see how thin he is? Maybe he is very poor and can't afford to eat. So children, can you able to see Mr. Nath here? Yeah. The cloud within the picture within the cloud is Mr. Nath, and he is Nishant or 7, and she is Maya, right? He doesn't look anything like a monster. They are conversing about Mr. Nath. But did you see how thin he is? He's very thin, isn't it? So maybe he is very poor, or he can't afford to eat, that much poor. But can't be poor if he is a crook on the run. I told him. But he's probably got millions of rupees stashed away somewhere in that room. Hidden away somewhere in that room. He can't be poor if he is a crook on the run, I told him. He can't be poor if he is a crook on the run. That means what? If he is a crook, he could have got more money. Right? He's probably got millions of rupees stashed away somewhere in that room. So in that room only somewhere the money is hidden. That is what their conversation is, right? So do you really think he's a criminal, Maya? He doesn't look like one. Nishad looked doubtful. Do you think really he's a criminal, Maya? So Nishad had a doubt. Do you think he's really a criminal? He doesn't look like a criminal. Nishad looked doubtful. Of course, he's 1-7. Who said this? Maya is saying, of course, he is a criminal. He is a 1-7. I said, and he certainly isn't starving. He's not starving. Mr. Mehta told us that Ramesh brings his meals up from the restaurant downwards. So there was a restaurant down. It was a rich restaurant. So he's buying meal from that restaurant, right? But Maya, Mr. Mehta told us he doesn't work anywhere. So how can he possibly have money to pay food? Money to pay for food, Nishan said. So what is going on? A conversation about Mr. Nath. Mehta said he is not working. Mr. Nath is not working anywhere. So how can he get money for buying food? That is what is a big doubt for Nishant. Exactly, I exclaimed. He must have lots of money hidden somewhere, maybe in the trunk of the room. It's probably full of silver and gold and jewels and something else. So, what rubbish, Nishad interrupted. So Maya's imagination grows. Exactly exclaimed, who must have? Mr. Nath must have lots and lots of money hidden somewhere. Okay, maybe in the trunk of the room. It is probably full of silver, gold and jewels. So at that time, Nishad interrupted. And what rubbish you're talking. Oh, I know I'm right, stupid. So this is just how brothers will talk. Nowadays, you people are using the word loose. Isn't it? Loose. Shut up your mouth. So I know I'm right, stupid, I told him. Who told? Maya told. By the way, 7. Did you see his scars? So much of scars. Scars means what? When a wound is there, after the wounds are healed, there will be a mark, right? That is what is scars. I couldn't. It was too dark. But I bet in the sense, betting for money or challenging, right? So I bet he got them during a shootout with the police or something. Right? Whose words are these? Maya. I know I'm right, stupid, I told him. By the way, 7, did you see his scars? I couldn't I couldn't see the scars because it was very dark. But I bet he got them during a shootout with the police or something else. So when the police is trying to catch him, there will be a shoot, or there may be a gang war. So something like that they are imagining and they are talking. Mummy told us quite clearly they were burn scars, Nishad said firmly. Nishad was very strong in his argument because he discussed with his mother about Mr. Nath. Since Mr. Nath was a patient of Nishad's mother know about Mr. Nath very clearly. So, Mummy told us quite clearly that they were burn scars. So, somewhere he got a burn. Perhaps the police had to set his house on fire to force him out, I suggested. Even then, Maya is not accepting. Maya is saying that only police could have set his house to fire. Right? So 7 looked unsure about Maya's wordings. Perhaps the police had to set his house on fire to force him to come out of the house. I suggested. Who suggested? Maya suggested all these. Seven looked unsure, but Seven is not believing all these things what Maya is saying. On the Monday following Mama's birthday, so Mummy's birthday was over. After that, Monday comes. On that Monday following Mama's birthday, Seven went alone with her mother to the clinic at Girgaon. As I was spending the evening with a school friend, when they returned, Nishad told me he had been to see Mr. Nath, and I felt most annoyed that I hadn't been there. God, I missed the chance of seeing Mr. Nath. Nishad felt a lot. So Seven went along with his mother to the clinic at Girgaon. At that time, what happened when he returned? Nishad told me he had to see Mr. Nath, to his school friend. And I felt most annoyed that I hadn't been there. Seven had been quite upset about Mr. Nath's gaunt appearance. Gaunt appearance. See his appearance would burn scars in his face, and was sure that he was starving, very lean. He was very thin, isn't it? So he was sure that he was starving in the sense he was very hungry, but he didn't have food to eat. That is what starvation. Fully, he would not eat food properly. He told me that he had knocked loudly on Mr. Nath's door that evening and said, "Open the door quickly, Mr. Nath." The man had opened it and asked him, "Lost another marble? So did you lost any other marble? That is the reason why you're coming here." So Seven had been quite upset about Mr. Nath's appearance. And he was sure that he was starving. Who was starving? Mr. Nath was starving. He told me that he had knocked loudly on Mr. Nath's door that evening and said, "Open the door quickly, Mr. Nath." So immediately who came? One man came and opened it and asked him, "Did you lost any other marble?" He had obviously recognized my brother. "No," said Nishad. He had taken the man's hand in his own and thrust a bar of chocolate into it. "Did you get a chance to peek into the trunk, Seven?" I asked. So Maya asked to Seven, "Did you get a chance to peek into the trunk or to see about the hidden what? Some treasure, money?" Nishad looked disappointed. "He didn't even ask me in. So he didn't even call me inside the house. How can I see that?" he said. Then he smiled. "But I did find out something. Maya. I went down to the restaurant where Ramesh works and talked to him." So Ramesh was working in the restaurant. Only Ramesh used to give food to Mr. Nath, right? So Nishad looked disappointed. He didn't even ask me to come inside, he said. Then he smiled. "But I did find out something, Maya. I went down to the restaurant where Ramesh works and talked to Ramesh." "Good for you, Mr. Detective," I said. So Maya said, "Very good. You are a good detective." Patting him at the back, patting his chest, beating him with affection. "I hope you question him properly." So unnecessary questions are waste of time. When you are a detective, I hope you learnt in 5th standard about detectives, right? If you are a detective, keen observation, and the questions has to be firm and clear. Okay, children? I hope you all know about how a detective works. Right? Thank you, dear.